Hey guys, what's going on? Inception here, and welcome to another video. This is not going to be a consistent thing with the two players. Like, the only reason why I have this card right now is because one of my boys that, lets me use his accounts that, from previous years, right? I still had his account, and he's like, hey man, like, I did the right wing version. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. Let's just review the card and see let's see the difference, with the two versions, right? So guys, with Barkley, on this version of the card, it's also going to be 6'1", high-low work rates, right-footed, 4-star skills, 5-star weak foot. For the right wing version, guys, it does look like it makes the most sense to either give him the finisher chemistry style or the architect. Now, the reason why I don't want to give him the architect chemistry style to make him a lengthy player is because his shooting stats, guys, is not in a good area, and neither is his dribbling, right? So I think giving him the finisher chemistry style to improve the dribbling and the shooting of the card is going to be more ideal, even if it makes him controlled, right? If you're on the old gen version of the game, you're probably still going to give him a finisher chemistry style if you choose to end up getting this card, right? So he's going to have 89 acceleration, 94 sprint speed to work with the fact that he is a controlled player. Shooting on the card, also going to be in a pretty solid area when it comes to obviously utilizing weak foot, strong foot, all that kind of stuff. Passing on the card, also going to be in a fantastic area considering the fact that he has the 5-star weak foot with an 84 for composure. 84 for composure. Yeah, dribbling we will be experimenting with, because with the finisher chemistry style, we are going to be working with 88 agility, 80 for balance, and then 99 for dribbling, while being a 6'1" player, high and average body type. Defensive stats, he actually has a few defensive stats, which could be helpful from time to time. And obviously, when it comes to physicality in game, the card is going to be working with okay physical stats, right? So it definitely looks like a very interesting card. Obviously, we have tried out the striker card. I don't feel like there's going to be like a massive difference between the two, because I feel like the base mechanics are still going to be like a thing. So if you guys just watched the striker card, we're going to go ahead and check out the right wing version in game. The way that we are going to be using him is in two different formations. It's going to be for the 4-2-3-1. To be fair, this team is not really well formatted for the 4-2-3-1. I do feel like it's way better to have high work rates for all three of the cam, but that's why we're also using him for the 4-3-3 that I showed you guys recently, where he is playing in the right wing position, right? So that one, he's going to have the stay forward, cut inside, get in behind, get into the box with the cross. Considering the fact that he's working with the high-low work rate, you should see him often do all that kind of stuff. So yeah, we'll see how he plays in game. Hopefully he's decent. Okay. Sure thing. We'll take that.
Every time he gets the ball, he looks a threat.
You gotta, it has to, that loop. You gotta get that loop there. Yeah, I just have to wait to see, what happens afterwards. We'll take that, though. We'll take that. I tried to take the small touch to get a finesse shot off, but it didn't come off. Okay, this guy goes for a header even though the ball's on the floor. The registration's fantastic. Nice. So this is us using him in the actual right wing position for 4-3-3. He's working out nicely. Like, you have to understand that if you don't really care about the lengthy and using him as striker for that position, obviously with pace being lower, that's something that you have to take into consideration when using him in the side position. But pace is not really hugely relevant in the game nowadays, unless you're like a player that's lengthy that can really explode into certain like positions and stuff. EA, register my fake shots. You can make him a lengthy on an architect, but I just feel like on this card you need the finisher chemistry style for the dribbling boost as well as a shooting one. Yeah, so that's his work rate still pushing him forward anyways. Is he offside?
Offside.
Really?
Well, it's a good finish, but he
I mistimed that like that? No.
And he's through here.
Ah, good layoff pass though.
Valverde. Precise ball movement.
Oh, nice try, nice try. Offside, but I want to try out the shot, the strike, you know?
It's a matter of time before they do score, Derek. They've been piling on the pressure now and really should be ahead.
It's a good pass. Messi's not good for those like super long distance runs though, so.
Down the short. Can they forge ahead? Well,
Oh, maybe an extra pass there up top.
on to Barkley. It's looking promising.
Oh, I trying to get the roulette off there. Unlucky.
But the pressure escalating. Barkley. Well, tremendous block.
Most of the strikes I've taken with him so far on the outside foot has been the direct ones.
A bit of running room now on the wing. Can they convert?
Nice. Let's go, boys.
Now with Vinicius Junior. Barkley's in the centre.
Ah.
Barkley. Fine tackle there. To
No.
Well, that's a well-timed pass. That's all they can
Unlucky, unlucky.
Now with Lewandowski. Sometimes the defender reads your mind. That's what happened to Lewandowski. Toure. And the Kings moving the ball with purpose. Takes on the shots. And he struck the post. Oh, magnificent from
Probably should have been a goalie on a green as well while he's pushing out his goalkeeper, but we move.
Really well played pass. Might go ahead.
Ah, bad choice there.
Kessier. On to Barkley. Opportunity.
Ah, I try to catch him on the dribble there. Unlucky.
Barkley with it. Barkley. Now Messi. Opportunity.
Yep. Nicely done, boys. Nicely done. Good build up.
Went in strongly, decisively. Messi. Will they get themselves left?
Oh, what is that, man? What is that?
Lionel Messi. On to Messi. Kessier. Here's Vinicius Junior. Surely.
Well done, boys. There we go. Gotta work that space there. Okay, guys, so final verdict on the Barkley SBC. So I do stand by what I said in the striker review video, that I'm not too crazy about this SBC. You know, cards like Arnautovic, Chiesa's SBCs, those are cards that I told you guys to do because honestly they performed really, really well in game. They fit the meta criteria really well. With Ross Barkley, you know, I give him a finisher chemistry style, guys, but he still feels a little bit strange. You know, again, in this year's game, these cards are so much more usable. Like if you're decent enough at the game, you can definitely make him work and he's going to do some stuff for you, right? But you can't base reviews off of whether or not you can make it work and rather than the actual quality of the card, because if we did that, you know, I can go to Harry's videos, see him absolutely destroy and demolish people with Calvert-Lewin, but obviously Harry's a monster at the game, right? So you do always have to take that into consideration when it comes to the cards. I just don't think Barkley is that crazy, you know, personally. I feel like as an SBC, it's them trying to create a situation where if you're on the old gen version of the game, you're probably going to go for the right wing version, and if you're on the new gen, you're probably going to go for the striker version just because of the lengthy accelerate. Yes, I've seen people say that you can make him lengthy on architect for this version of the card. However, you have to understand that it doesn't make sense for you to give architect to this guy because his finishing is at an 80 and his agility and balance is still in the lower area. Sure, if you're using it in the side position, those runs will definitely be helpful, but that finishing will be annoying from time to time if you don't improve it as much as possible. So that's the type of situation for this card, right? You give him the finisher chemistry style. His dribbling still doesn't feel that crazy, right? Because he's a 6'1" player, high and average body type, right? Using that in the side positions might not be super ideal. Maybe if he was like an explosive player, it would be a little bit better, but yeah, it just didn't feel that interesting to use. You know, like it's funny because this Jota card, I can't wait until he gets some sort of card in the future. This card, in my opinion, is like just a better card to use, right? Because listen, you give this card a hunter chemistry style, right? He has the pace, he has the shooting, dribbling is there, passing decent, physicality, whatever, right? But he has a 5-star weak foot average body type. But this card feels better in game because his accelerate being explosive allows you to make certain attacking plays. For me, I think explosive is just so much better than controlled. I just personally believe that a lot. Controlled just feels, in my opinion, just kind of generic on the pitch. You know, it feels generic, but explosive allows you to utilize attacking AI runs more. Pass and goal movement is kind of crazy, right? So I just feel like for me personally, it just makes more sense to go for stuff like that. So I mean, this card for a rare gold 8.3k, the comparison makes no sense, obviously, because it's a right wing English and all that kind of stuff. But I'm comparing a card that is, you know, taller, even though he's a 5'10" player, right? Taller, has like a more physical oriented body type, but it's that 5-star weak foot that you work with the most, right? But there's other things that makes this card very nice to use, right? It's the high defensive work rates, the explosive accelerates, the 5-star weak foot, you know, it's a combination of different things. So yeah, for the SBC on Ross Barkley, again, if you do end up completing the SBC and you're decent enough the game, you can definitely utilize these cards really well in the meta of FIFA. However, they don't feel that special. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just not a situation like Arnautovic or Chiesa has SBCs. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy this video today. I'll catch you guys for next one. Peace out, dudes. Love you guys.